Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, I beg to move the following motion standing in my name. Whereas it is provided under Section 39(1) of the Finance Administration Act 1501 that the Minister of Finance may, by resolution of Parliament, borrow money from a bank or other financial institution for the capital expenditure of government. And whereas it is further provided under Section 42(1) of the Finance Administration Act 1501 that there shall be charged and paid out of the consolidated fund debt charges for which the government is liable. And whereas the Minister of Finance considers it necessary to borrow the sum of $50 million US dollars from the Export-Import Bank of China, Taiwan, for the purpose of financing the road improvement maintenance program, the infrastructure repairs to schools, and the housing development program, consisting of $42 million US to finance the road improvement and maintenance program, $4 million US to finance the infrastructure repairs to schools, and $4 million to finance the housing and development program. And whereas the principal amount is repayable in 20 years from the date of the first disbursement of the loan, inclusive of a 5-year grace period. And whereas the interest is payable at a rate of 6 months London Interbank offered plus 1.5% per annum. And whereas the loan payment shall commence after the grace period of 5 years has expired. And whereas the interest shall be paid in the amount of US $1,097,500 semi-annually during the grace period, and thereafter at 6-month London Interbank offered rate. And whereas the terms and conditions proposed by the Export-Import Bank of the Republic of China, Taiwan are accepted, be it resolved that the Parliament authorizes the Minister of Finance to borrow the sum of US $50 million from the Export-Import Bank of Republic China, Taiwan for the purpose of financing the road improvements and maintenance program, the infrastructure repairs to schools, and the housing development program, consisting of US $42 million to finance the road improvement maintenance program, phase 4, US $4 million to finance the infrastructure repairs to schools, and US $4 million to finance the housing development program. Be it further resolved that the principal amount is repayable in 20 years from the date of first disbursement of the loan, inclusive of 5-year grace period, and the interest payable at a rate of 6-month London Interbank offered rate plus 1.5% per annum. The loan payment shall commence after the grace period of 5 years has expired, and the interest shall be paid in the amount of US $1,097,500 semi-annually during the grace period, and thereafter at 6-month London Interbank offered rate, and in terms and conditions proposed by the Export-Import Bank of Republic China, Taiwan are accepted. Mr. Speaker, the resolution before Parliament is to seek the approval of a loan of $50 million. $42 million is to go for road repairs, $4 million to infrastructure repairs for schools, and $4 million for the housing development program. The funds from this loan will be allocated in 3 main areas: road improvement, maintenance, infrastructure repair to schools, and the housing development. Under the road improvement, the main objective of the road improvement and maintenance program is to improve the quality of the road network in St. Lucia through strategic maintenance of primary roads and 55 kilometers of secondary roads. The primary and secondary road network is quickly deteriorating and is in urgent need of repairs and restorative work in order to prevent further deterioration of the road network and lessen the hardship on road users. At present, approximately 52% of the road network is classified as good or fair, with the remaining 48% being classified as poor or, unfortunately, very poor. The main objectives of the road improvement and maintenance program are as follows. 1, improve and strengthen the general conditions of the country's roads. 2, maintain and improve the safety of road for road users. 3, minimize the cost of maintenance to commuters. And 4, to reduce commuting time by creating and maintaining suitable road conditions. The roads to be repaired and rehabilitated include sections of the East Coast Road, St. Jude's Highway, Chaussee Road, Marshall Road and Waterworks Road, the John Compton Highway, various streets in Castries, Groselet Junction to Cap Estate Entrepot, Vide Boutet, Forestier Road, Mark Road, Souffre Foncé Jacques, Blasha Road, Saltibus Main Road, Castries, Groselet bypass roads, Auger, Saint-Just, Au-Piquant, La Ressource, Pierrot, Bellevue, Fond-Daisy, Marisil, Grand Riviera Union. Infrastructure repairs to the schools is over 70% of the schools in St. Lucia are over 40 years old. Financial have resulted in less funds, due to our financial situation, has resulted in less funds being allocated to school repair and rehabilitating, resulting in increased instances of cases of compromised infrastructure, poor electricals, poor air quality, and pest infection. Also, aging infrastructure has resulted in higher energy and maintenance costs. The Department of Education has had to resort to a number of small interventions to alleviate the infrastructural pressures. With this in mind, the Government of St. Lucia will undertake a project targeted at a number of schools throughout the island to conduct comprehensive repairs, thereby making school plants more comfortable for occupants, minimizing health and safety risk, and making school plants more climate resilient and energy efficient. The objective of the project is to provide safe and conducive facilities for students and teachers in public schools island-wide. It is expected that upon completion of this project, there will be generally lower utility costs, vastly improved infrastructure, and safer, more resilient school plants. Mr. Speaker, for the Housing Development Program, results of the most recent census conducted in St. Lucia revealed that housing stock in St. Lucia is short by approximately 14,000 houses. This housing deficit is a result of the rising cost to build homes and the rising cost to develop land. The north of the island, particularly Castries and Groselet, is already saturated, resulting in mounting pressure on infrastructure and the road network. The proposed housing development program is expected to bring some relief by increasing the housing stock by approximately 250 houses. The houses project will be located in the Shock Gardens estate. The intention is to provide residential service lots and housing units for families and individuals with the close proximity to the Castries development basin and established transportation routes. The goal is to complete the development by March of 2021, inclusive of the completion of concrete roads and drains, installation of water and electricity, and the construction of homes. This project will create a mixed use of housing and lots amounting to 252. This will likely reduce the potential and occurrence of unplanned squatter development and ease in the housing deficit. The above three projects will be financed by a loan from the government of $50 million. I've indicated what the principal amounts were and the amounts of the interest. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a critical project. And as indicated, we're using the gas tax of $1.50, which generates about $30 million a year currently, in order to be able to finance the loan. And it's the intention of my government to allocate another $20 million a year out of the $30 million that we're earning to the Ministry of Infrastructure in order to be able to develop even a greater number of roads than we currently are undertaking. This is another very important initiative. Again, roads are a constraint to growth. We're seeing all over the island that the roads have been neglected for years. And many people are complaining about the standard of roads. If we just take the back roads in Groselet as an alternative route, a tremendous amount of money is going to have to be invested in growing that area. We've also indicated that this is not going to be the final initiative that we're going to have on roads. We are working aggressively to be able to obtain the financing for the North-South Highway. In fact, the remaining amount of money on the airport tax, $28, is what we've been preserving in order to be able to start the financing for the North-South Highway. And we would like to start with the first phase, which is from the Darren Sammy Stadium to Dennery, with a major artery going through the Allen Bousquet Highway. So again, I want to thank the government of China, Taiwan, Republic of China, Taiwan, for assisting us in borrowing this money, and to give us the terms in which we can create additional capital during the 5-year period in order that we can use to be able to build even further projects. I'm extremely excited. We started seeing the beginning of the works for the Ministry of Education. I think we can all see the difference that it's made in many of the schools, and we're looking to continue that program. And clearly, we want to be able to tackle housing. This is a critical area that has been underdeveloped for many, many years in St. Lucia. So I'm looking forward to the support of my parliamentary colleagues in approving this loan, which will be executed by the Ministry of Infrastructure, by the Ministry of Education, and by the Ministry of Housing. Thank you.
Honourable members, the question is that Parliament authorize the Minister for Finance to borrow the sum of $50 million from the Export-Import Bank of the Republic of China, Taiwan, for the purpose of financing the road improvement and maintenance program, the infrastructure repairs to schools, and the housing development program, consisting of A, $42 million to finance the road improvement and maintenance program phase 4, B, $4 million to finance the infrastructure repairs to school, C, $4 million to finance the housing development program. Be it further resolved that A, the principal amount is repayable in 20 years from the date of the first disbursement of the loan, inclusive of the 5-year grace period. B, the interest is payable at a rate of 6-month London Interbank Offered Rate plus 1.5% per annum. C, the loan payment shall commence after the grace period of 5 years has expired. D, the interest shall be paid in the amount of $1,097,500 semi-annually during the grace period, and thereafter at the 6-month London Interbank Offered Rate. And E, the terms and conditions proposed by the Export-Import Bank of the Republic of China, Taiwan are accepted. Honourable Member for Denrenoff.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's been a very long day in the Parliament, and so I will try to confine my comments to a few minutes. Mr. Speaker, I heard the Prime